Yo, what's going on, guys? The Kitty G. I'm back again on EGTV. How you guys doing? Sorry about my internet, guys. It's very bad. I'm still in Turkey, and the Wi-Fi is absolute garbage. But what are you gonna do? Kendall, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. It's snowstorming here at the moment. Really bad blizzard. Got an extreme meteor alarm out for extreme weather. So yeah, hopefully my internet's okay because the phone signal's gone down. So yeah, hopefully my internet stays okay.
There you go, guys. The life of third world problems, not third world problems, first world problems that we're having right now with the internet. But yeah, there you go. I didn't know it snowed in Newcastle like that.
Oh
I didn't
yeah,
know it
like
snowed in
really bad. So where I'm at is like the countryside in Durham, so it is literally really bad here.
Damn. So are we talking about like centimeters or rulers?
So it'll probably be a couple of centimeters overnight. It's not 0 degrees, so it won't probably set as much as we think. So it'll probably melt by tomorrow, but yeah, it's quite bad at the moment.
All right, so big up the people in the chat. I can already see there's a couple of people rolling through in the chat. Shout out to you guys, skills in the house. But yeah, Kendall, first things first. Last time we met, you weren't the biggest club. You weren't the richest club in the world. You didn't have new owners. So much has changed. You're still at the bottom of the league, but there's a lot of optimism over there in Newcastle. Tell me how you're feeling.
Yeah, as you just said, it's like hope, which is something that we've not had as a fan base for like a long time. So even though we are 20th at the moment, that's due to everything that went on before. And there is a little bit of hope that we can still get out of it. And as you say, we are the richest club in the world right now. So can't all be that bad. Considering we weren't the poorest club, but we were ran like we were the poorest club in the world before. So yeah, it's nice, big change. And hopefully it doesn't, set us back a little bit this season, because we just don't want to be relegated. It'll just be a nightmare.
Listen, there's a lot of teams out there that probably would are fearful of what Newcastle can do with the new ownership. If you already don't know, the Premier League already had a covert meeting without Newcastle to try to block you guys from having a sponsorship deal that was about to drop through. So it's like, it's crazy what's going on. I personally still have hopes that my owners sell, but it looks like they're not going to sell anytime soon. And they're trying to show face a lot. I don't know about you guys, but did Mike Ashley, whenever you guys put pressure on him, did he try to show face and he was involved? Like he tried to do more PR stuff to show that he's involved, because we're doing this documentary now, and Josh Kroenke's at Adele shows in London, and he's everywhere. It's crazy. It's like I'd never thought this would be the day where I would be seeing Newcastle as the most expensive club in the world, and Arsenal fans actually like the Kroenke. Some people like him now. It's weird.
I know. I've seen a couple of you guys being like, they've got a plan, they're sticking to the plan. And I'm like, oh God, wasn't that a couple of months ago?
You know what it is, Kendall? Some people want to eat their cake and have their cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
So it's like they back Arteta, and it's like they can't back Arteta without backing the guy who hired him.
Yeah.
It's just the same. It goes hand in hand. I kind of get it
Just
though,
like
a little
it's
bit,
like
but at the
excuses,
same
isn't it?
time,
Yeah, I get you.
yeah. Personally, for me, it's the same thing. It's the same feeling about you guys with Mike Ashley. Until he proves me wrong, I'm not gonna listen. Like they need to prove, they need to put their money where their mouth is. Show, which they did this past summer, to be fair, with Ramsey and everything else. But come on, like we need to see more consistency. Anyone can buy Joe Linton or Pepe once and then not work, but can they continuously
Exactly.
make the same investments? That's the question. But yeah, what's going on with Newcastle? You guys are bottom of the table, haven't won a game. Am I correct to say 6 losses and 6 draws? Like that sounds
Yeah.
ridiculous. How were you guys just unlucky? How do you draw that many games and lose that many games without a win?
Defensively atrocious, goalkeeper atrocious, and it's just a mixture of things really. Everyone's been pretty much fit, so quite lovely. So tell a little guest there and just telling the
Nah,
world.
it's cool.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a mixture of things. Obviously, the football wasn't great before either. We have, for some reason, stuck to a defence that is not working. A couple of players just haven't been up to scratch whatsoever. Attacking wise, have been okay, but we've been conceding so many.
Just
Lascelles
say the name.
is just, I just don't even know what I think of him at the moment. The only reason he gets in the squad right now is because he's the captain. That's literally it. I can't see any other reason why he's in there. Darlow's been really, really poor. Dubravka needs to come back now. Just a mixture of things, and we've been unlucky on a few occasions. So I think Brentford at the weekend, we probably should have won it in like near enough the last minute with Joe Linton, and he fluffed up that chance. We gave away 3 penalties in 3 games at the beginning of the season, and Southampton obviously got a last minute penalty in the game against us. Just a lot of things, but it's down to the team and how they play the previous ownership and manager, and it's just couldn't light us on at the moment. So yeah, hopefully the weekend was better against Brentford. It was better. I saw a lot better football than I've seen for like 2 years. So yeah, hopefully if we keep on with that style of football, it can be a little bit better.
So talking about the style of football, you got a new manager now. He hasn't come in yet because of the COVID situation. It looks like he will be on the touchline for the Arsenal game because he's now recovered from COVID and has tested negative for COVID-19. So now let me ask you this. How optimistic are you with Eddie Howe? And should we be worried as Arsenal fans with this manager bounce that could possibly happen against us at home? Where a hunting ground that, to be fair, last time you were there, you're on Sky Sports looking pretty sad.
Yeah, 4-0. And then I had a 5-hour drive home. It was just horrible. That game was awful. And the Emirates is not the best
Big
place
up
for us
Conrad.
Big up Conrad. We barely ever win at the Emirates. I think the last time we won at the Emirates was probably Andy Carroll, like 10, 11 years ago. We just don't ever win there. But Eddie Howe, I don't think there's going to be a new manager bounce. I'm not delusional. I don't think we're going to get a result tomorrow. A lot of fans will say, they fancy us or things like that. I don't personally, but obviously if we even get a draw, I'll be over the moon. But yeah, the style of football is a lot better at the moment. We seem to be playing players in the right positions, which is mad because Matt Ritchie's been like a left back at times when he's a left winger. I don't mind him as a wing back, but yeah, it just seems a lot more positive. The players have said that they're really happy with how we're training and the intensity and what the game plan is now, which is great news. St. Maximin looks back to his best. Joe Linton is suddenly become this player that people are actually really positive about, and they're like, you know what, I can see a footballer in there, which is just insane. So yeah, a little bit more hope, a little bit more optimism that we can get out of the situation that we're in, because we are already 5 points adrift, and that's not helpful when we can't even win a game at this point. I don't think our first win's going to be tomorrow, but we have got Norwich on Tuesday and then Burnley on Saturday, so a week tomorrow. So hopefully they are the 2 games that we need to win rather than the one tomorrow, I think. Are you muted? You're on mute.
Sorry. Do you have major injuries or what's going wrong? I'm sorry. I'm trying to mute myself because I'm in the lobby and there's bare background noise. But yeah.
Yeah, no, we don't have any major injuries. The only injury that we have at the moment currently is Paul Dummett, but he's been out long term. So everyone's fit and ready. Dwight Gale's got a little bit of a muscle problem. I don't know if it's as serious as to not be in the squad or anything, but they said they're going to assess it obviously today. But yeah, everyone other than that, everyone's fit, and again, that's something that we've not had for years, because St. Maximin only play 4 or 5 games and then he would be out for another 5 usually. Callum Wilson's the same. Obviously he's had an injury already this season, but at the moment, touch wood, he's okay. The only thing is he's 1 yellow card away from a suspension. So tomorrow, if he gets a yellow card, then he misses the game against Norwich, which in my opinion is so important. So I would even be maybe not even risking him tomorrow, because I think that match against Norwich is just way more important than tomorrow. So yeah, we're all right for injuries at the moment.
Yeah, like if you guys lose to Norwich, you guys are definitely in the mud, because at that
Yeah.
point, if hypothetically if you lose to us and then you end up losing to Norwich, things could be bad. But if you guys beat us, that could kickstart your season. That could kickstart your season and
Yeah.
put you guys in a good light, because you haven't beat us away from home away from your home in a long time. Our head-to-head matchups has just been all majority Arsenal. Even over at St James's Park, we tend to either
Yeah.
get a draw or a win. So it's like, I don't think I can remember the last time we lost to you guys. I honestly can't remember. It seems like a while back.
As I say, we beat you 2-1 a couple of seasons ago. I can't remember specifically when. And then the only other time that I can remember beating you is, as I say, Andy Carroll, like 10, 11 years ago.
Yeah, I'm looking at the head-to-head right now just to see what it says, and it's just loading up. But it looks the last 6 games, it looks like Arsenal has at least picked up. Yeah, we picked up maximum points in the last 6 games. We beat you in 2019 at home. Away, we beat you 1-0, 4-0 at home. FA Cup 2-0, if you remember, just last year, and then at home and away, we beat you with clean sheets. Pretty convincing.
You're like,
you
know, everyone has a bogey team.
Games.
You're our bogey team.
You haven't scored a goal in 6 games against us. That's crazy. We concede to everybody, Kendall. That's crazy. Like, I'm not even trying to banter.
Not to us.
I'm just so shocked. Wow. Like, if I could show you guys what I'm looking at, or I am showing you guys what I'm looking at, like, I'm shocked right now. Look at that. What the
I'm
hell?
not shocked, because I just know that
even
you're
at home, it's
the team that we just can't beat.
Wow, that gives me some confidence going into the game as an Arsenal fan. But let me ask you this: do you think this is going to be what your lineup is going to look like? So they got they got you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. So the only thing I'll be changing there, everything else would stay the same. I wouldn't be starting Kraft and I wouldn't be starting Clark. It would be Fernandez and Shah for me. Although Fernandez hasn't been in the matchday squad for about 5 games now, probably longer. I don't know why. I don't know what's happened. He's not injured. He's come out and said that the previous manager had said there wasn't a place for him anymore, which is absolute rubbish, because he's probably one of the better defenders that we have. And Clark's been horrific, like, for a good 5 games now. And Kraft, I don't rate Kraft whatsoever, so I wouldn't even put him in there really. So yeah, I'll be putting Fernandez and Shah in there. But that lineup there, I wouldn't necessarily say it was so far from what will happen.
Okay, so there is a certain Joe Willock in the lineup in this picture. What's going on with Joe Willock? Why is he not getting game time? Why is he not playing? Like, why is he not performing? Was Arsenal, guys in the chat, let me know, did Arsenal kind of do a good business trying to sell Joe Willock? Because at this point, he was looking like a stud. He was looking like a stud last year, Kendall. And right now, he hasn't gotten a goal contribution since he signed for you guys. It's the exact opposite of what you signed. Like, I'm confused.
Yeah.
What happened to him?
I think it's a mixture of a few things. So he has been playing, but he just hasn't, because we've played such a low block and so deep, we haven't been able to give him that freedom of movement in central midfield, because we've been worried about everything else. He's been played out of position a couple of times, like a lot of other players. There's been so many changes at the club over the last few months. And it's just been like, it's an awful time as a new player to come and fit into a squad, because we just haven't been good and defensively awful. And he's had to play a lot deeper than he did when he came last season. Because obviously Callum Wilson was injured for quite a lot of the time Willock was at the club last season. So Willock was kind of taken on a little bit more of an attacking role. This time he hasn't had to, because Joe Linton, ASM and Wilson have all been fit. So he hasn't really found his role necessarily, because I think he's probably better as an attacking midfielder. But he just hasn't found that place in the squad as of yet, and he's having to defend a little bit more. So yeah, I'll still give him a little bit of time. He is still so young. And And as I say, there's been so many changes over the last few months at the club, like it would make anyone lose their head, really. So I'll still give him a little bit of time, but as of now, 25 million seems like quite expensive, but we never know what he's going to turn out like, so we'll see.
There you go. People in the comment section, let me know what you think. I personally think like Arsenal did great business selling Joe Willock to you guys, because for the price that we sold him for and the lack of performances that he's given so far, and the fact that he's not even getting time at Arsenal, we absolutely hit the jackpot with that loan and everything, because I didn't think he was going to play for I didn't think he was going to get, I thought he was going to get at least 5 goal contributions. I didn't think he was going to break Alan Shearer's record for consecutive goals in a Newcastle shirt or something crazy like that. And then he ended up getting sold. Great business by us. I'm quite happy with it. But who else in your team is scary? No offense, but like John Joe Shelby doesn't scare me. Richie doesn't scare me. The guys who scare me are Wilson and St. Maximin. And St. Maximin was on form at one point in the season. Wilson kind of coming back from injury. Joe Linton looks like he's going to be starting on the wing. Am I right?
Yeah, that's where he started at the weekend. And he was brilliant. He was the best player on the pitch at the weekend by a long mile.
Joe Linton was?
Yeah, Joe Linton was. He was the best
Let me
player
ask
on
you
the
this,
pitch
though.
by
So why do people still call him a flop?
Because
so people still call him a flop,
been like, he hasn't been great, obviously over his time here, and he has said now that he is so inspired by this new management and things like that. He's been staying behind in his spare time to train and like do different training drills with the new management and coaches and things like that. So he's actually like taking it upon himself now to become a better player, which I love that about him. And I think that's amazing, because obviously the last 2 years haven't been great from his perspective probably, and ours. But yeah, he was absolutely brilliant at the weekend. Like honestly, genuinely so good. And he was just a better player on the pitch by a mile. Him and Shelby, which is another one who has been really poor and really lazy over the last few months. But again, this new management has just brought like a different spark under everyone. And plus, everyone will be fighting for their place now, because they know that we have money to spend and probably no one is safe now. So everyone will be fighting and hoping that they stick around a little bit longer. You're on mute again.
I am so sorry. Like, I don't know what's going on.
You keep forgetting
but
to
yeah,
unmute.
I'm trying to do 100 things at once, and I'm usually used to my surroundings being quiet. So the fact that I have a lot of loud noises around me is just messing me up. But yeah, I'm just going to show you what I think the Arsenal lineup is going to look like, because I think the Arsenal lineup is going to be very similar to what we've been playing with the past couple of weeks. There's not going to be too many changes, in my opinion. I think there might be 1 or 2 changes that might be different, but Smith Rowe is going to keep his place. Lokonga, Partey, those guys are going to get their place. Kieran Tierney is going to be coming back in after Nuno Tavares' disaster against Liverpool, if you didn't already watch it yourself. But yeah, Pepe might get to start this game actually over Saka, because Saka has not been performing that well recently. And actually, it's unfair to say he hasn't been performing well, but it's just, I think this is a game where we can get some rotation, get some game time under Pepe, because we're going to need him. We're going to need him during the season. Try to get something out of Pepe. Some people have already given up on him. If you already don't know, a lot of the fan base are like very frustrated with Pepe. He's a frustrating player to watch. I think at times he has moments of individual brilliance where he can do stuff, but 10 times out of 10 he's tripping over his own feet. It's very frustrating to watch him play, and he's almost doing too many skills. His end product is terrible. But from some of the Arsenal players you have watched, what's your thoughts on Smith Rowe, Saka, the guys who've been performing this season? Even Lacazette, because Lacazette's been linked to Newcastle this season for a January transfer. I don't know if
he got linked to Atleti last season. He's linked to Newcastle this season. I think they're just trying to get rid of him at this point. But yeah, I love Smith Rowe. I think Smith Rowe's exceptional. I think if he stays in the form that he is, like, he'll have a place in the England squad, no doubt. I think he's amazing. I love Saka anyway. So it's a shame to hear that he hasn't been performing, because I really rate the kid and I think he's brilliant. Ben White has come in and done a pretty good job, and he's almost like pulled the level up of Gabriel as well. And defensively, you've been really good in that department. And to be honest, the biggest shock for me is Ramsdale, because I know everyone bantered you when you signed him for 35 million. You know, oh, you know, this relegated player got Sheffield United relegated, blah, blah, blah. 35 million extortionate. And he's come in and he's proved pretty much every single doubter wrong. He's looked really solid. He's helped you guys become defensively better. And I always think that if you have that solid goalkeeper, it helps so much, because your defense trusts each other and like trusts that there's someone behind to help them out. And it just makes everyone play better. So yeah, for me, Ramsdale's been the biggest shock of the season, really, for me at the moment.
100%. He shocked me. He shocked everyone. I remember when Ramsdale was being linked to us, I had a Twitter space with me, Show, Junior Express, and all the guys, and they were calling him shit. And I was explaining to them, you can't call the player shit until you've seen him play. It's like, I'm not saying he's amazing, but like, I'm just saying he's not shit, or else Arsenal would not be buying him. And clearly, he's definitely not shit. He's better than that.
No, he's
and
not.
A lot of people. He's going to be England's number one, in my opinion. He's going to be in the World Cup. He's going to be fighting against Pickford to take that number one spot. And as long as he continues to perform this way, he's in my fantasy football team. He's probably in everyone else's fantasy football team. And he's just performing. He's just performing at a level where everyone is happy to see him perform at this level. And I just want to show you what I think the Arsenal team is going to look like this weekend, Kendall, because I think the Arsenal team is going to look like this. This is what I think we're going to do with the Arsenal team. I think it's going to be Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, Ben White, Gabriel, Tierney, Pepe, Lokonga, Partey, Smith Rowe and then Lacazette and Aubameyang doing their double striker role. So we're going to be playing more like a 4-4-2. That's what we've been doing over the past couple of weeks. I don't know if he changes it up and brings in Odegaard and takes out Lacazette, but I don't think he's going to change it up. I think the Manchester United game is the game where we're going to focus on doing other things. There could be rotation in this game. I'm not 100% confident with the lineup. I don't know what he's going to do. Arteta does throw a spanner in the works at times, but if I were to guess and put money on it, I think this would be the closest thing to the lineup that you're going to be facing. What do you think about that? Are you quite worried, or you're just you're not that confident in the first place, as you said?
Yeah, I'm not confident anyway. I don't think we're going to get a result regardless. Obviously, even if you changed Lacazette for Odegaard, like I just still think that's the whole team as a whole is like better than ours by a mile. So yeah, I'm not confident whatsoever. So even if he changes it and decides to, you know, focus on the Manchester United game, then and like does a lot of rotation, I'll be like, okay, you know what? If we attack this game in the right way, then maybe we won't get smashed. But other than that, I just can't see us getting a result whatsoever, really. But I think that's because the way we've played at the moment is just awful. Well, obviously, table shows everything, really.
There you go. We got Sean asking for Collins. Big up, Sean. Don't worry. I'll put that in. We got a question here from Nepin. Definitely going to be doing January business for both our clubs. I think we're going to need a center midfielder to come in to help our midfield. What do you guys think you're going to be getting in January, Kendall?
It'll be a defender, in my opinion, 100% a defender, even two, a push.
James Tarkowski.
James Tarkowski's obviously been the main.
We could give you Rob Holding.
Chat again. We're back here again. We're rich now. We don't need Rob Holding. Although we probably do need Rob Holding. I would take anyone again at this point. James Tarkowski's been mentioned. Connor Cody's been mentioned, which I would have both all day long. I wouldn't even hesitate. Obviously Van der Beek's been mentioned as well, because he wasn't getting at Man United, but we don't know what's going to happen with their new manager or interim coach, if you will. So yeah, I think we need a little bit of a spine of the team. I was really pushing for a striker, like a second striker, but the way Jordan, ASM and Wilson are playing at the moment, I don't think it's maybe really even that necessary now. I think we can kind of maybe push by a little bit and focus on defensively now.
There you go. You got a fan in the chat saying beautiful girl from Newcastle has Facebook question mark. He definitely he's starstruck. Stop simping, bro.
Thank you so much.
No, it's okay. We got Sean in the background. He's going to be joining in a second. My friend here from France saying, Egal, do you think Pepe will play? I'm sure Odegaard will replace Lacazette. I'm pretty sure Pepe will get game time this game. Another question here. Egal tags to big up bringing in rival fans for like Manchester United. Big up to you, Ken. I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that. Are you allowed? Yeah, you can call in, Nepin, if you want to call in. Anyone who wants to call in, you can call in. We got somebody here, Sean. He's a regular. He's one of my guys. Very sweet guy. Sean, thank you for joining. How you doing today?
Good.
Hi, Sean.
Arsenal versus Newcastle tomorrow.
Yep. How you feeling?
um, nervous.
Are you really nervous? I'm nervous.
Nervous?
You
Oh, I
shouldn't be,
got
Sean.
God. Well, tomorrow is going to be 3 points.
Okay. You don't seem nervous
Yeah.
anymore.
No, he's nervous now. He's 3
how
points.
many? How many goals? How many goals? 2, 3.
I don't know because some Newcastle fans might want to win. Arsenal might, but 2-0.
2-0. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I think that's fair. That's a fair result.
I think
But
that's
yeah,
fair.
thank you, Sean, for joining. Big up to you, Sean. Always
Yeah.
appreciate your calls, man.
Thanks,
Put a
Sean.
smile on my face
Yeah.
every time you come on.
Yeah.
Have a good one, man.
Enjoy the
You too.
game.
Bye. Yeah. Okay. So what else did I have on the docket? So yeah, we've already talked about the Newcastle team. We talked about injuries. We talked about everything else. Everybody, we already know who's out. We already know who's out. Any surprises? Score predictions. Kendall, what's your score prediction?
Obviously track records. We don't win at Arsenal ever, especially not the Emirates. I hate predicting us to lose, but I also don't want to look delusional because, like, we don't. As I've said, we don't win against Arsenal. So I did predict 2-1 Arsenal yesterday. If we can get a draw, I'll be over the moon. I cannot explain. I'll be on cloud 9 if we can at least even get a draw. But I just think like Norwich and Burnley are just so much more important at the moment. And we've got Norwich on Tuesday, which is obviously only 3 days.
So you're saying 2-1 Arsenal?
Yeah, I'm saying 2-1 Arsenal.
Okay. People in the comment section, give me your score predictions. We got somebody here saying, Ahmed saying, do you think Martinelli will come in for Smith Rowe? I don't think so. I think Smith Rowe is going to start and keep his place. He's been a revelation. What do you think about Smith Rowe, by the way? Have you mentioned it already?
Yeah, I love Smith Rowe. I think he's brilliant. He's absolutely unbelievable. He's one of my favourite like young players in the Premier League right now. I think he's just so good, and his ceiling is so high. I just think he's brilliant.
Yeah, you see the young little girls on Twitter raving about him. It's just funny how people are simping on him. Like I see you talking about Callum Wilson. There's people going crazy about Emil Smith Rowe. I'm like, I feel like a grandpa when I see that. I'm like, yo, people need to chill, right? But yeah, we got some predictions here. 2-2. He always picks us to lose or draw. What are you gonna do, my guy? Then we got Melina saying 3-1 Arsenal.
Shout out Melina.
Yes. Big up Statman, resident Liverpool fan, saying, you know what? Evening Kendall, evening Egal. He's going with a 2-1 Newcastle. Wow. There you go.
Wow,
Teju's in the house.
If you're right, I'll love you forever. Put them good vibes in.
Big up Teju. Teju, if you don't know Teju, he's the guy who, you know, the Arsenal meme where the guy's standing next to the Henri statue with his knees on the ground.
Is that him?
That's him.
No way. No way.
Yeah, 2-0. That's what he said. We got Kendall. This is a free hit. Yeah. Is this a free hit, Kendall? This game for you guys? Pretty much.
Yeah. I think so. It's just so not important at this current time. A win is so important to us, but just we're not going to win against Arsenal. So there's just not really like at this stage. If we don't win, I'll be like, okay, like because I'm not expecting it anyway. Like Norwich is just way more important to us on Tuesday. Way more.
There you go. People in the comment section have made me change my lineup. Actually, Melina brought up a good point where Ainsley might start over Lokonga. So I've now updated my lineup, and I'm gonna take out Lokonga, and I'm gonna put in Ainsley. But yeah, you pretty much already know your lineup. Your lineup's gonna be similar to what you guys played last week.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Willock and John Joe Shelby in the midfield. Don't you feel like that's a little weak defensively, though?
Defensively, yes. Hayden would probably be in there for me, but I like Willock and I want Willock to play, especially against Arsenal. I'm pretty sure he will want to play against you guys as well. And Shelby, he's undroppable after last weekend. He was the second best player on the pitch with Joe Linton. So I don't know. Maybe Hayden will come in for Willock. I don't know. But Eddie Howe seems to be hell-bent on building the team around Shelby. So I just can't see him being dropped at all.
There you go. Some good comments coming in. We got another 1-0 Newcastle. Yo, I'm telling you, you got some fans in the chat, Kendall. Ahmed's come in saying 2-0. Sohan's a regular. He's saying 3-1. What do you think about Ragnick? Question to you both. I actually did a whole video on this, but the funniest comment I've seen on Twitter was Thing called it the Leeds fan. What's it? Joe.
Oh my God, Joe called him Ragnarok.
Yeah, he's like, why you guys keep talking about Ragnarok? Yo, Nipin, I'm gonna add you in a second.
I was dying at that yesterday. I loved it. It was just so funny. Like I was getting so sick of the timeline because everyone was like buzzing over it, and I was like, I hate this. Yeah. And then he just did that Ragnarok tweet, and I was 1-0
Newcastle. So you got another one saying 1-0 Newcastle.
Thank you.
Hey, Melina in the chat. Yeah, Melina's got her fans in the chat also. Look at this one. Egal and his Egal. Egal. That one's a good one.
Bravo. It was a good one.
That's a good one. Nippin. What's good, Nippin?
Can't hear Nippin.
You're on mute. We can't hear you. Can't hear anything you're saying, bro. It's not your surrounding. This is literally something we still can't hear you.
Yeah.
He's not even on mute. It's just not working. I don't know what he did. Join back in.
Drop out and join back in. Yeah, sometimes it does that.
There you go. Let's just kick him out and join. He'll join back in. Sheesh, my guy is in a Peps, I think. What's a Peps? Is that like a chicken shop?
Sheesh, my guy's in the Pepe's. Yeah, I think so. It's like the takeaway place.
Okay. Now we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I was just enjoying my Friday evening. So yeah, I'm not sure how this game would go. It depends. It really depends on which Arsenal shows up. The one that played against Tottenham, or the one that played against Chelsea.
Or Liverpool.
Okay.
Or Liverpool. Yeah, I don't know which performance was worse.
Against Liverpool.
or Man City or Brentford. You can name all our losses. They were all as bad as each other. But yeah. Nippin, what's your prediction?
Sorry, Kendall, but I'm going 2-0 to the Arsenal.
That's the same as myself.
Sorry if that score prediction offended you.
It didn't. Don't worry, it didn't. I predicted a Newcastle loss as well, so don't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah, I've predicted Chelsea losses in the past too.
You can't predict Chelsea loss though, because you guys are good. I can predict a Newcastle loss because we're bad. But
under Lampard, trust me, we were shit. Under Lampard, we were shit.
Listen, I don't want the Lampard fanboys coming after me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are good with Tuchel. But yo, Nippin, big up to you. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it, bro. Did you have a question for Kendall and I?
Oh, wait. Yeah, I do. Oh,
I put him on the spot.
how's it like being a full-time YouTuber? Because
Um,
for me,
Uh,
I have to balance
I'm not a
between work
full-time.
and YouTube. No, I was
I'm
asking
not a
Kendall.
Yeah.
So
Sick.
really, I was a full-time YouTuber. I'm actually not anymore now. I've gone back to work.
You,
But-
you
yeah.
work. From what I remember, you doing an interview on BBC. From what I remember, you used to work as an air hostess, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yeah, so I've gone back to. I'm not an air hostess at the moment, because flights are very few and far in between. But I am doing check-in at the moment, so yeah, I'm still in the airline industry.
Oh, nice. Which airline? You might be checking me in on
I
my
could be checking
flight.
you in.
Very
I
true.
work for Crewlink now. I used to work for TUI. I was an air hostess for TUI, but I work for Crewlink now, so I do all check-ins all over for everyone. Ryanair,
Oh,
British Airways, Virgin, everyone.
my flight is
There
with
you go.
Virgin
Oh well, I could be checking
from
you in.
Heathrow
You never know.
Airport.
But
From Heathrow Airport.
I don't work in Heathrow. I work in Newcastle, so I probably
Fair
won't
enough.
be checking you in.
Fair
Probably
enough.
won't be.
But yeah, I've always found it difficult to balance the two because I work as a chef, so it's really difficult.
Long hours.
Like you have no idea how many tables could come in. Like you can either have 10 tables in one evening or just none, and you do nothing.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
listen,
never-
you're my guy. I got.
Yeah, sorry to keep
Okay,
you all.
bro.
Sorry to keep you on
No
hold.
worries, bro. Yo, man said
Bye.
I'm with
Yourself,
Virgin
man.
Airlines. I'm like, I
Have a good
died.
weekend.
Anyways, yo, peace out. Yeah, man, I don't know if you caught what he said, but he's like, I'm with Virgin Airlines. I died. I'm
Oh,
like,
is that why you were laughing? I didn't know why you were laughing.
yeah, because someone made a joke. I'm like, yeah, that's funny. But yeah, let's keep it moving.
I can't
I
see
think
the
that was.
comments.
I think that was. You know what that was? That was like. Someone in the comments said it. That was like a speed date, trying to get as much words in as possible to try to get to know you. Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you for coming on, Sean. Big up to you. Anybody in the chat, if you have a question for Kendall and I, let me know. I got a couple minutes left. Kendall, I'm gonna ask you some questions. First things first.
Cool.
We already know how you became a Newcastle fan. You told me it's been in your family. You grew up around there, and that's how you got close to Newcastle. But has anybody ever asked you straight up, do you watch football? And you pretended that you don't know nothing about football, and then they start asking you questions, and then
What? Me
you
pretend I don't know anything about football?
yeah,
No,
like
normally
because I heard
football.
I what? Okay, pet peeves. When people ask you, I know you did the she game. How does it go? The thing where girl where they're like the activity. I'm lost
her
for
game
words.
too.
Her game too. Yeah, I know you're working with that. So what's your worst experience with somebody trying to say something crazy to you?
Oh, I've had it all the time. I've had it all my life, even from school. I had it at school because I was really the only girl football fan. So I wouldn't say I've had loads of experience in terms of football, but just through doing football YouTube and stuff, I've had loads of stuff said to me before. And it's never really about my football knowledge.
Yeah.
It's normally about me or just things like that. So
I seen one the other day where you posted the other day where the guy didn't even say anything. He just sent you a DM saying you have big tits. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What the hell
Yeah,
is that?
I get that all the time.
It's
I'm not Stevie Wonder. I can see. I'm not blind, so I don't even know why people say this, because it's I don't see myself every single day. I don't see myself from below here. So sorry guys, people have to tell me that. Weirdos, absolute weirdo people, man, honestly.
I got somebody once told me, I don't know why you watch football. It's not a sport that Canada is good at. So you should stick to hockey. And if you have any athleticism, maybe then you can try basketball. I'm like, whoa, that was very detailed. It was very detailed, but I was like, okay, these
People put
comments happen
so
all the
much
time.
thought into something that you literally don't care about. That comment is
There you go.
okay.
Kendall,
cares?
who was your football idol growing up? I think I know this. Can I say?
Yeah.
Because I think I know this. I think, if I'm mistaken, it's a certain former Liverpool and Atletico and Chelsea player. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. You're absolutely correct. It is this guy right here, Fernando Torres. Fernando Torres is just like literally everything that made me fall in love with football outside of Newcastle. Because I used to love football, but just not in the way that I did after I saw him, come to Liverpool and things like that. And I just loved football from that point onwards. So yeah, we definitely Fernando Torres for me.
There you go. Kendall, who are your top 5 Newcastle players in the modern era? And he's mentioned a couple names there.
Okay.
So
to be fair, I thought he
that's
probably meant. I thought he meant a little bit more modern than that actually, but he probably means like since the Premier League, I guess. So, obviously she was up there for me. Hatem Ben Arfa, Johan Cabaye. Mine's more like probably is the last 10, 12 years because like I love Jasper and Robert, but I don't remember them. Like that was like early 2000s, late 90s, so I don't remember them. I'm only 26. So for me, they probably wouldn't be in mind just through.
What about Ferdinand?
Ferdinand, like Les Ferdinand was unbelievable. Like him and Alan Shearer were brilliant. But again, I don't remember him. It was the mid-90s, so I don't remember him at all. I was only born in 1995, so I don't remember him much.
Wow.
So yeah, Johan Cabaye. Oh, 1 second. Johan Cabaye, Ben Arfa, Shearer, Papis Cisse, and Cheick Tiote for me. They're my 5 top players, and that's easy for me to rattle off, to be honest.
Would you take Marcus Alonso?
Sorry.
I don't know.
She's back. Marcus
Silly
Alonso.
question.
Oh yeah, I'm CFC. No, I wouldn't. Everyone knows what my thoughts about Marcus Alonso. That's not because I think he's a bad player. I mean, I think he's all right. He's above average. But play for Sunderland, and his personal life's maybe not the best. So personally for me, I wouldn't buy Alonso.
Is your favorite Arsenal player Saka or Smith Rowe?
At the moment or ever?
Your favorite Arsenal player ever? Okay, so
ever.
Not
Thierry
at the
Henry
moment.
all day long for me, ever. Or Robert Perez. I loved Robert Perez as well.
There you go. What's Egal laughing at? Bro, you had to be there to understand. You had to be there. You had to be there. Question, Alan Shearer or Mirav Klose? You know what? Mirav Klose's actual club career was not that good. World Cup, though, and internationals for Germany, he was something else. So I would say Alan Shearer in his prime.
I would say
Mirav
Alan Shearer
Klose,
again because Alan, he's got the record in the Premier League still to this day, and we're now 15 years since he retired. So what he does in the Premier League obviously clearly doesn't come that easily. So that's not like a bias view. It's just looking at like outside stuff. So yeah, prime Alan Shearer for me.
There you go. People asking how is Turkey so far? You know what? I could show you in a short little TikTok that I did. If you want to check this out, let me share this with you guys. Just make sure that the music doesn't play because I don't want to get a copyright strike. Because it. What the hell's going on? Why is when you do stuff and then your computer can't handle it? And now it's going to be fixed. And then you just realize it's not the computer, it's the internet. The internet shit. That's what's happening. Yeah. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. We're almost done, Kendalls. I'm sorry if this is painful.
That's okay. No, that's all right.
But yeah. Okay. My guy's calling me a flip-flop again. Stop calling me a flip-flop. I just did one thing. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
You can see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my trip so far. Pretty beautiful country. The food is great too.
Oh, Turkish food is the best. Like the absolute best.
I went to that guy, the guy who does the TikTok videos. Not Salt Bay, but the other guy who's always smiling and cooking food on enormous.
Oh yes.
I went to his restaurant. I'm telling you, it's probably one of the best restaurants I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah.
And the food was outstanding, right? But yeah,
I love
that's pretty much
Gertrude.
it. What's the name of the Newcastle song? I don't know. What's the name of the Newcastle
Local
song?
hero. Local hero.
And what's Newcastle's slogan?
How
Because
are the
Arsenal's
lads?
is the Victoria Crescent. What?
Oh, slogan. What do you mean?
Like you know how Arsenal has the Victoria Crescent on their badge? What's your slogan, or like what's on your badge that is like the club
like
motto?
the crest, you mean? Sorry, I thought you meant
Yeah.
it's like slogan, like how are the lads? Like, you know, how you say, come on, you gooners or gunners or whatever.
Yeah.
So our crest's like seahorses. And
It's right above you, actually.
I don't know if I have it here.
No, above you in the stream.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if I have it here, so like you can see it closer, but I don't have anything
No,
with the
but
crest on, which is insane.
there's no your
but
your old badge. Did it have like a slogan on it?
No, it just our old badge was a magpie and like in a circle. So
Okay.
no,
There you go.
don't think we've had a slogan on ours. I'm here.
There you go. But yeah, big up to everybody watching. I'm gonna do a vlog. I'm gonna be back tomorrow. I just realized that I'm probably not gonna be able to do the watch along, unfortunately. But I'll be watching the game and I'll do a post game reaction. Yeah, and I'll catch you on the football terrace most likely if you are available, as you already know. But yeah, have yourselves a wonderful day. Thank you, Kendall, for wonderful almost 50 minutes of your time. Thank you. It's always wonderful when you come on, right?
Absolutely,
And
no
big up
problem.
to-
Thank you for having me.
My favorite Newcastle fan, of course. What do you mean? And of course, your Atletico Madrid fan. But yeah, have yourselves a wonderful day. Sohan has squeezed in one more question. Kendall, how long will it take Newcastle to get back into the top 6? I say 5 years. Wow. This is an ambitious question. What do you think?
For me, I would say closer to 7. I think top 8, 5 years, 7 years, top 6, and then closer to 10 for like top 4. For me, just the club's in a mess.
I think it takes you guys 10 years before you win a league title. I think in 10 years' time.
I think so.
I think in 2031, you guys are the Man City.
Maybe. Yeah. I'll welcome it with open arms. I've never seen us win anything apart from the championship. So, the Intertoto Cup I saw us win in 2006, which doesn't even exist anymore. So that's how good that cup was.
Was that a European trophy?
Yeah, Intertoto Cup it was called.
It sounds like a song. Intertoto. Like
I don't even know like what the premise was of it or anything, or like what teams were in it or anything. I can't remember, but I remember it was 2006 and we won it, and I just don't even know what it was about really.
There you
like,
go.
To this day.
There you go. Big up everyone in the chat. Big up Sohan, Aslan, all the people in the chat. Appreciate all you guys. Have yourselves a wonderful day. And you know what? We'll catch you guys tomorrow after the Newcastle Arsenal game. I most likely won't be in time. If I don't get home in time to do the watch along, I will not be doing a watch along. I land at 9. I need to find a way to get from Stansted all the way to Basingstoke in time for 10:30, in time for 12:30. So it's very unlikely, but we'll see. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Peace out, guys.